Hey folks, BJ here with Ambitiously Average Studio, and today we are going to talk about one of the most slept on tools in any home gym, any group trainer's repertoire. It looks simple, it feels soft, especially in contrast to something like a dumbbell or a kettlebell. But with this one piece of equipment, you can smoke your entire body in a session. That's right, I'm talking about the Sandbells by Hyperwear. You see these things lying around studios, you see them used in group training a lot, and you think, these things are just for warm-ups. You can't really do much with them. Use a real weight. Well, I'm here to tell you this thing is great for boot camps to beginners. I don't care if you are an athlete, I don't care if you are a dancer, if you are a beginner, an old lady. This is a tool for you. So I've added Sandbells to my programming and to my own personal training in the last 4 months or so. And in summary, I would describe it as the cousin to the kettlebell with a lot less iron and a little less attitude. Just a little, because this will still kick your butt. So today, we're going to talk about what a Sandbell is, the pros, the cons, and we're going to give a few example exercises of how to integrate these into your training. So let's get started. So if you've ever seen these squishy, wobbly, soft-shelled things in the gym or at a studio and wondered what the heck they are and what they do, well, let me tell you. These are Sandbells by Hyperwear. They are a sandbag with a soft outer shell. I don't know if it's nylon or what, but pretty soft, pretty easy. These are a great replacement for dumbbells or medicine balls. You can lift them, you can press them, you can twist with them, you can throw them if you want. Sandbells are a great way to mix up your training, get some different types of movements in, get some power movements in, chunk it, throw it, slam it. All right, so let's talk about the cons of the Sandbell. I actually have a prime example right here. So as we saw, these have a soft shell lining, and they are stitched together. So I can bring this a little closer to the camera. You can see the stitching along here. And with that stitching, if you are training on a hard surface, concrete, something rocky, gravel, and you're throwing these around, it's very easy for them to puncture or to rip. So as an example here, this one here has got a little hole right there. If I flip it upside down, you can kind of see some of that sand coming out. And so that's one of the cons. It can be a lot of maintenance to stitch them up, refill them with sand. A lot of times, if you're refilling them with sand, the sand that you purchase has to be laid out to dry before it can go in, which leads us into con number 2. Con number 2 is that with these being soft shell and full of sand, not great for when it's wet outside. So if it's wet outside, you're better off with a dumbbell, you're better off with a kettlebell, better off with a barbell. That sand gets wet, the material gets wet, starts to smell funny, not what you want. The last con, which also leads into the first pro, is that the sand shifts. As you can see, the weight is not stable at all. This thing moves, it shifts, it dances in your hands. So if you're trying to do some large, complex lifts that you need a lot of stability for, these aren't the tools. This extra give does mean your core has to work a little harder to stabilize the weight. All your stabilizer muscles are working. Say you're doing an overhead movement, all those little muscles in the shoulder are working to adjust as that weight shifts in your hand. And that instability leads us into pro number one. One of the good things about these is that because of that instability, because of the difficulty it is to grab the weight, hold it, this puts a little extra oomph on those forearms. That grip strength gets pushed with these. I don't know if y'all have seen like those rice training videos where they're like in the rice. You could just get one of these and do that. Probably the same effect. I'll actually have to check that out. All right. Second major pro, very dynamic tool. We'll show a couple of exercises later, but you know, you can press with this, you can rotate, maybe do some wood choppers. If you're doing something lower body, you can hold it to your chest, some squats, do some good mornings. Very versatile tool. And unlike traditional weights, what you can do with these that you can't do with, say, a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you can sit here and just throw this thing everywhere. And it makes training so much more fun because you get to throw it, you can punch it, you can kick it. And it's going to take the beating. Again, like we said earlier, as long as you're not on gravel, concrete, something that can tear or puncture it, throw away, kick it, punch it, launch it. Great power tool. I personally use it a lot for my sumo training. I'm working on pushing as part of my next piece of programming in sumo. So I will be doing a lot of chest pass type movements. That leads us into the next pro, is that they're much safer than weights. If you drop this on your foot, you'll probably be okay. Let's test it out for science. No pain. Can't do that with a kettlebell. Sandbell is a great tool. If you're a dancer and you're working on your stability, if you're an athlete and you're trying to become more explosive, more dynamic in your training, great for you. If you're a beginner and you're not into the heavy slamming weights around, or you want something a little quieter, sandbells are a great option. Now here are 3 exercises that you can do with a sandbell to freshen up your routine. They're also really easy to do at home. All right, so a bit of a change of scenery here as we shift the camera. Our first exercise is going to be a push-up to a drag. So that's going to look like this. We can do this either offset to increase the difficulty by putting one hand on the sandbell and one hand on the ground. We can do a push-up, come off of that sandbell, drag it over, reset, push up, come off, drag it over. Option 2 for this exercise, a little easier. Move that sandbell down a bit. We'll come into that push-up position. We'll push up, and drag it across. This is a great exercise to work on your stability of the core, get a little bit of chest work in, and a touch of back by dragging across. Very dynamic movement, hits a lot of the body at once, and really challenges that core. Another fun and dynamic way to use the sandbell is a classic. Everyone loves these sandbell slams. So for this example today, what we're going to do, good wide stance, bend at the knees, reach down, pick up that sandbell, overhead, slam it down. Making sure we're bending at the knees, not at the back. Squatting down, picking that up, slamming it down like it's a WWE pay-per-view. Show that thing who's boss. Now, the last way I'm going to recommend is using it in more dynamic movements. The sand creates an off-balance feeling, the weight is shifting, so you're challenging that core a little more to stabilize you as you're doing these dynamic movements with the weight. For example, today, we're going to do a lunge to a wood chop. So we're going to get in, we're going to get that weight, we're going to have it on our right hip. We're going to bring that weight up across the body, over the left side of the head. And as we are doing that, you're going to lunge back, keeping that core tight, tap that knee to the ground, come back up. Tap that knee to the ground, come back up. We can switch sides. A little off on my timing there. So dynamic movements like this, it's going to challenge the grip strength. It's going to push the core to be more of a stabilizer. And it's going to get you out of these boring one plane of motion movements, up, down, left, right. Now, we're going to come across, we're going to go back, we're going to go front, back, side to side. All right, so that's why I love the Sandbell by Hyperwear. Great versatile tool, great for joints, strengthening around the joints, great for grip strength, stability training. I know I've got a lot of dancers in my network. Highly recommend for getting you off balance, really strengthening those ankles, glutes, hips, all those things that are super critical to being able to stay upright for as long as possible. We don't want to get into that type of position when we're old. We want to be open, we want to be back, we want to be independent and active. These are the tools, but you can use them well into that age. These go from like 5 pounds all the way up to 50 or something. Once you start getting past 50, you might as well go ahead and get you one of those bad boys right there, which I'm planning to make more of here soon. So if you're looking to incorporate some new tools into your programming and you're not sure how, and you want to talk to somebody, join Ambitiously Average Studio on School. We've got live calls 3 days a week so that you can talk to a trainer, figure out how to incorporate it into your routine, and become ambitiously average. So the link to the school will be in the description and on the channel page. It is absolutely free to join. Go sign up, join the school platform. It's a great community over there. You'll love it. I will see y'all in the studio.